right, joining us here in the Media Center at Las Vegas is your top fuel provisional number one qualifier, Steve Torrence, who went 3.840, 320 miles an hour. If that holds, it would be first number one qualifier of the season, 41st in his career. You've had a lot of success here, but probably never raced in conditions quite like that out here in Vegas. How were you guys able to kind of put that run together today?
Well, if that holds, it'll probably be the first 80 number one in a long time. It's hotter here than it is at home, so it's different. But when you come to Vegas, you come here with expectations of it could be like this, or it could be cold, it could be Candyland, or it could be tricky and tough to navigate. And this is what we got today. So looks like we'll have that for the rest of the weekend. Had a little bit of luck on Q1. The thing probably, I'm not going to say it wouldn't have made it, but it went 900 of the 1,000 feet on 7 cylinders and went down through there pretty quick. So still a good run. I mean, great run, better than everybody else by a long ways, but we needed to work on it. We were trying to run a lot quicker today, and obviously the track wouldn't take it on Q2. But we'll kind of pick away at it, decipher the data that we gathered from both of those runs, and see. I mean, it obviously isn't as good. Typically, funny cars are 18 to 20 slower than the dragsters, and that's not the case right now. So we'll try to see what we can do and work on it for tomorrow and get ready for race day.
Steve, you've done just about everything that a person could ever hope to do in drag racing, accomplished a lot. So you said something after that first run that just kind of piqued my interest. Said you'll be out here as long as you're having fun. What's the definition of having fun for you out here outside of winning?
I mean, winning is by far the most fun. It's a constant struggle. Let me rephrase that. It's sometimes even when you're winning, it isn't fun. You got other things that are going on, and ultimately, I'm a different. The inside of me is still the same, but I'm a different guy. I got a family. I got 2 little girls that I really enjoy hanging out with. My wife, I really enjoy hanging out with, and sometimes you just don't want to get on that airplane and go to the racetrack because it's more fun to be at home with your family. And I think that's just part of growing up and being a little more mature and realizing the priorities in your life are not exactly the same as they were 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever, because there was one point in my life where nothing mattered other than winning a championship. And when you get there, it's like, okay, we're here, so we got to do it again. And when you get in the mindset of winning the round, winning the race, and it's, okay, we just did that, but that's what we were supposed to do, and now it's not about that anymore. When you cross the finish line in the final, you're thinking about the next race. That's what drove me, and I still enjoy that. I still enjoy the thrill of competition and everything that comes along with it because it makes you get up. But it also kind of changes that I don't want to go there every weekend and do that every weekend. I'd rather watch my little girl grow up because I read a quote the other day, and it said, you will know your kids, you will know your children as adults much more of your life than you know them as kids. And so you need to enjoy that. And so it just kind of struck a note with me, and I have a hard time adjusting to not getting in the race car every single weekend, which we've only skipped one race, but I know at some point I'll have a hard time adjusting to that, but because, I mean, that's what I've done forever. But and maybe that's not the answer, but right now I just want to enjoy all the time that I can with them, with my family, and make this fun again. Because if this is too much of a job, it's not fun. I have a job at home every day. I go to work, go racing on Friday, I'm back at work on Monday. So no complaints, just kind of priorities changing a little bit.
Knowing what you know now, that the only way you made it down there was on 7 cylinders, is there a way to detune these cars?
Right back into racing. No, we're good. We're good.
Tell me about your kids. No. Is there a practical way to detune these cars so you don't do that?
Coming to Vegas is always risky on Q1 because it's dry. There's no water drains. You lean the cars out, and the cars are going to get leaner on their own. And so even though the fuel system is set up like it was last year, it's still going to take some small tweaks and get it right. And that's probably what went on there. But I mean, it wasn't too bad. We probably hit it a little closer than everybody else. But when you got the track as hot and greasy as it is right now, which the safety safari's done a great job of preparing it. I mean, obviously the funny cars are running good, but some of the dragster guys are struggling a little bit more. You can detune them, but it's a lot easier to tune them up than it is to tune them down. I mean, you know that. You've been out here for a long time, and those Goodyears are only going to take what they want, you know. They'll make a believer out of us real quick. I ask Hogan a lot of times, I go, Hogan, what's it going to do? And he goes, you'll know before I do. Charlie's taking a nap right now. We're 2 hours behind here, so she's down. But she asked me on the first, after Q1, she goes, did you win, Daddy? And I said, baby, we kind of won. She goes, okay, good job. I'll answer that again. Just enjoying what you're doing, and if this is at the end of the day, I'm a family race team out here competing at the pinnacle of the sport, doing what I have dreamed of doing my whole life. And if I'm not having fun and it feels like work, and you just sometimes don't want to go, you need to readjust. And as Bobby said, I have accomplished so much more than I ever would have dreamt of being able to do. Started this with the aspirations of winning a race. Now I've won 50-something of them and a few championships. And so it's not, I'm not a very good part-time anything, but I need to mentally readjust myself and make this where it's not something that I don't want to get on that airplane Friday morning and come here, you know, and not that it for any reason other than it just changing my reasons, changing my reasons of being here, and really reflecting on how blessed I am to be able to be here. You know, there's a bunch of people out there that would crawl over the Berlin Wall to get here and crawl in this thing, and I'm over here complaining about not wanting to do it. Kind of makes you feel dumb. Thank you.